twitch.tv/starsjpg to watch the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
We're here already.
Wowie and Zowie.
I'm gonna notify some servers. Hmm.
Have y'all been in the call, like, since 1?
No.
Okay, I was about to say, because, like...
I'm live, by the way. Just
okay.
really quickly. No. I've been in the call for the last 10 minutes just consistently quoting Markiplier.
Like...
So...
I just showed up.
Yeah, I'm, writing a Shringlish project.
A Shringlish project?
Yeah.
How's Shringlish going?
It's okay.
Just okay.
Boring. Well, they switched the teacher, like, 2 weeks ago from someone who had explained projects in a way I could understand and made them, like, simple, to someone who just straight up was like, for your final project, pick a problem and find a solution, but it has to involve your field. And I'm like, thank you for being so
That's really vague. That's really vague.
It sucked. I figured something out though, so I'm schmoving. I have until Sunday.
Oh, that's good. I'll be right back. Oh, Chips, you're here! Oh, you're awesome. Hi, Chips. Before we get started, thank you, Whiskey Coke, Old Front Auden, and Gracie Gubu for following. Hi. Hello. We're playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe today, and I have my friends with me. Hello. I'm back.
Hi.
Are you?
Yes.
You have a chat
Oh,
member.
yeah.
I know.
I went to look at houses with my friend Ryan and his mom because I'm moving in with them, and we're gonna like rent from wherever. First house was really nice. Second house, okay, so like first house super nice. The second was a disaster from like the second we stopped looking at the first. So I want you to take a guess at how many streets there are named Beechwood.
7.
There's
At least 2.
And I know there's at least 3 because we went to the wrong one twice.
Ah.
So the first one we went to, Tammy, who's Ryan's mom, like straight up is just like, alright, this is the rich people's neighborhood, so this can't be the right place. Which is true. It was not the right place, and it was also way too expensive. And also, the address we put in was not for sale on this Beechwood. So, we changed, because it was avenue, so we changed it to street, because it was a street, so we figured maybe we just put the wrong end on the address. No, still the wrong house. So finally the realtor, like, calls us, and she's like, where are you? What's going on? And I'm like, so Tammy has to be like, give me your like Google Maps location because we are so lost. So she puts the proper place into the GPS. We're 23 minutes away from where we're supposed to be, so that's awesome. We eventually get there. The house looks really nice on the outside, despite the fact that a bunch of like the on the porch, like the railings for the porch are crooked and like twisted.
Oh
walk
no.
Inside, I have never seen a place that more accurately fits the description of crack den.
Oh no.
I was really partial to the basement, which, first of all, the stairs were made of wood, which isn't an issue. It's the fact that they hadn't been, like, redone in, I don't know, if I had to ballpark it, 40 years.
Holy shit.
It was warped and rotting.
You can make yourself new stairs.
Yeah, except there's like, so the main room in like the basement where like the, like that's where like the breaker box and stuff is, there was just like an abandoned painting in there.
Oh,
From one corner.
don't
so
do that to me. Don't tell me that.
You look at like the next wall, and there's like 3 yellow thumbtacks in it.
I hate
I
that.
don't know why those are there, and like 50 really long nails that are just sticking out of the wall.
Oh,
They're
fuck
not
that.
holding anything up, nothing at all, and I'm like, nah.
How could a realtor sell that? How could someone do that?
It's like, we were like, it has 3 offers, and it was $2,800 a month. And I'm like, it is not worth.
That's not
that
worth
much.
$2,800 a month.
No, it is not.
There's no way. Anyway, Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Sorry, that was like a fucking adventure and a half.
That's okay.
I also like the weird, like, thin board that was stapled to the ceiling.
What?
I don't know why it was there, and I really didn't want to ask.
You
Eat
know
the
what?
board.
Fair enough. I have a really awesome announcement. I'm 2 followers away from making affiliate. And that's really exciting.
Color is away from calling Guru by his birth name. Felonious.
Is that?
Felonious. Group.
Oh, it is.
Oh, fuck, I don't remember that. Alright.
I do.
Terrible.
That's my one joke for the night. So,
Stanley Perishable. Jack Manifold's playing Stray.
think so.
I'll check that out later. I prefer VODs anyways. So how do y'all feel about the fucking heat wave?
I feel like my air conditioning just got fixed today after being down for like 4 days.
Nice. I feel like the air conditioning that I have access to is not nearly enough. I wish it would fucking rain. I really do.
My dog is being crazy. So my dad came in to show the crazy and then was like, "What are you doing?" "Streaming." That's all I said. Anyway, we should get into the game. Should definitely get into it.
Get your head in the game.
Get your head in the game. I set this up beforehand. This better fucking work. Yes! Okay, I did it. I did it. Yeah, sure, we'll do English subtitles.
This was written in
I
1996.
have not played the Stanley Parable before.
Sorry, I was reading an article
Just
for
the
my English thing.
just the
Fuck
slider until the computer is barely visible. There. Okay. It is 7:07 p.m. currently.
I like that I have to write this in Comic Sans before changing it over to Times New Roman because I can't read the other one.
You can't read Times New Roman?
Nah.
Really?
Yeah, I can't read it like properly. I don't know why.
Oh, that's cool. God fucking damn it. I hit quit.
It's a great inconvenience to me.
Is it gonna put me through the whole bullshit again? Okay, no. Alright, we're in. I did it already. It's now 7:08. So that's progress.
Fucking 7.
Hang on.
Where have I been for the last 2 hours?
Okay, let me close my door. Before we get started, can I just say something? Depends what you're gonna say, to be honest, gamer.
It is
Actually setting the
it's
clock
usually
both
how-
times you booted up the game. You're welcome. Some people don't take that stuff seriously, they just leave the clock set and call it a day. You're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know you care about this experience, you're paying attention. I'm paying attention. I don't even have a way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video.
And reopen it.
Okay.
Set your favorite time. What is your favorite time?
3:33 a.m.
Oh, you absolute cringe little player.
It's the devil's minute.
Devil's hour, but okay.
It's the witching hour, but then 3:33 a.m.
Excuse both of you, I own the patent for that hour.
I'm sure you do, buddy.
That's my whole brand.
Is it? Oh, yeah, it is, actually.
Oh, yes.
True.
3:33 a.m. your favorite time of the day. Or could you simply not resist in giving me the correct time again? After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Now I'm curious how accurate 3:33 a.m. is. Let's use another slider to find out. No, it's completely inaccurate. I can say regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. I wish
As a robot.
I wish we had more sliders, but I've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can
do wish
invent
you
some
had
new
more
sliders to gather new data on you. It shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let me whip a couple new ones up. Should be ready the next time you boot up the game. God fucking damn it.
Run it back.
I am. This is so dumb. Now I have to keep going into Streamlabs to make sure it's working every time I boot it up. Okay. Computer barely visible. There we go.
You have 5 minutes to watch Twitch. You have $5.
Shut.
Sorry, I just saw someone who looked like her come up in
Okay,
my recommended.
this is that the only one that is 9? Okay, well there's 9 in Roman numerals, 9 in regular numbers,
Well,
9 in
fair,
this,
it says it doesn't say 9 in Roman numerals. It
the
shows
number 9.
the number 9. So
I think it'd be cool if it just disappeared.
Till you stop adjusting the slider. Okay, there. The two made-up words is most appealing to you. Accuboinkle or scrumtish? Like accuboinkle.
personally, I'm more of an occuboinkle myself.
I think Scrumtish is good.
I'm
I can't read.
going with occuboinkle.
Times New Roman.
Please don't adjust the slider. You got it.
It's just
You know
when,
what
like,
time it is right now? Sure do.
It's when letters are
Is
thin.
the time
I
that it
can't
is right now the correct time? Yeah. How do I answer this?
What do you mean?
What time is it anyway? Yes or no?
Is time anyway.
Simple yes or no question. What is time?
Answered
No.
yes. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yeah.
Why did you say yes to? It's not real.
I hate
It's a social construct. It does. Okay.
Okay.
I think you should help this
Yes.
mysterious creature character.
Will you come back to visit me? Probably.
Oh.
So I'm gonna
he's
do a bunch of
trapped.
endings.
He's
Yeah,
trapped in this.
yeah,
game.
you're gonna have to do multiple streams, I think, to get all the endings.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you think we should begin the game? Is it
I think
time?
you should
I
begin
think
the
he
game.
has some more sliders ready for you.
I think you should begin the game.
Yeah, begin it? Okay.
Have you not begun the game? Was that not entertaining enough to be considered?
I like how in the screens it changes when I change this. Begin the game.
Oh.
never,
you-
the
I
end
thought
is
you
never
did
the
that
end.
by accident. And I was like, that's hilarious.
The end is loading. That's nice.
This is the
That's cute.
story of a man.
Not
And it'll
clicking.
Load up and then boom, you have to fight the Ender Dragon.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-lending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
He doesn't need vacations.
Stanley
He loves it.
was happy.
I guess.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, I can move
Everyone
now.
else has
Okay.
Gone home.
Said
Can I click on
work.
anything?
Went home.
All of his co-workers
There are
were
a few
gone.
things you can click
What
on
could
here
it
and there.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Fuck!
he simply missed a memo.
Where's the meeting room? Am I lost already?
I assume the meeting room is where you have meetings. You should know where it is. I assume you've been in one before, Stanley.
Yeah, it'll be all right,
When
Stanley. Just
Stanley
keep
came
going.
Oh,
to the set
God.
of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, so Alex, you said that this first run should be I do everything the narrator says, right?
I think you just get a good baseline.
Okay.
So,
Gonna
as the
do
narrator
door
says,
number
enter the
left.
door on your left.
Gonna do
You
door
did
number
not just
left.
say door number left.
Oh, it's the back rooms.
Meeting room.
That's
There was
nice.
not a single person here either.
Great.
See,
Feeling a wave
You
of
say this is the
disbelief,
back rooms, but the
Stanley
original
decided
came
to
out
go
in
up to his
2013.
boss's
This
office,
predated the back
hoping he
rooms.
might find an answer there.
Using slides to ensure employees that everything is okay. Thank you. How many does this go through?
Oh, I love PowerPoint.
Very informative, thank you. Target demographic teenagers. Okay, I'm just gonna go.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got
Can I have
back on
the
track.
wrench? Can I have this thing? Can I have shiny? Can I have duct tape?
I believe
There
that's
was
a wrench.
nothing here. No choice to make,
But I can't
no
see all
path to
that
follow, just an
So I could be
empty
wrong.
broom closet. No reason to
Wrenches
still be
are
here.
famously thin letters.
Coming to
Yeah.
a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Up. Upstairs we
reveal
go.
Your weakness.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, upstairs we go.
My brain, like, if the letters are too thin, my brain just, like, melts them.
Why is it fancy?
Becomes, like, a white block of text.
Why is it fancy?
Oh well, it's fancy because it's the boss's office.
Oh, I see. Oh. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life to be, to have to just pick one. Okay.
Oh, it's a communist. I was
Yes.
like, you know what? Yeah, that seems like it'd be here.
Secretary's not here. What porn? as they've been looking at. Hacking into the mainframe. Okay, fuck it.
I'm in.
Whatever. I'm in.
Just hit the power button.
Stepping into
Can
the
I
manager's
play piano?
office, Stanley was once again
That's dumb.
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it
Okay.
an extra
There's no
secret
keys for
pin
that song.
number. 2,
I don't think you have the appropriate amount of hands to
But
play
of
it.
course, Stanley couldn't possibly
So
have
far,
known
I've seen
this.
you have 0.
Do I put the thing in, or do I just leave it alone? Because I have to do advance, right? I don't remember it.
Stanley just sat
Check
around
the
twiddling his
drawers on the
thumb.
desk.
Trying to input anything on the
where I
device was
keep my
useless, since he
passwords.
could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Actually,
That's what I thought it was. 2, 8, 4, 5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
Oh,
by
shit.
sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Holy shit. Wow, I hate this. Okay, we've advanced to level 2 of the back rooms. The warehouse. Can I go in this, or will I die? Okay, great.
Yuck.
Yuck. Yucky.
Oh, we're fine. Now
Loading.
you can see the floor. It's much better.
Descending deeper
No, it'll
into
be
the
alright.
corridor,
There's nothing
Stanley
bad happening.
realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Yeah, me too.
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Beautiful. Oh. But I kind of want to go into the mind control facility. Okie dokie. I'm on top of the desk.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Oh shit.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Do I have the strength to find out? I guess so.
You're about to find out whether you're a weak burger or a burger that has strength.
I believe this is where Mr. Incredible found out all his old friends died.
Yeah, actually.
Now the monitors jumped.
Oh,
Their
shit.
true nature revealed. Each bore
Wait,
the
what
number
number was
of an
I?
employee in the building.
427.
Stanley's
427.
co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to
Holy
images on a
shit.
screen.
Far too
and
swiftly.
Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
427.
Red. Yeah.
Whoo, that's actually my office. That's neat.
Nifty.
Okay. Oh, it's here that I go now. Press. I go up.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I mean, maybe. Mind control
No.
does do that.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His
Yeah,
own life
we
in
hate
someone else's control? Never.
Capitalism, more
It
like
was unthinkable.
capitalism.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I don't know why he couldn't have spent his entire life lying to the world.
But
A
here
lot
was
of
the
people do.
proof. The heart of the operation.
That's not what he said.
Controls labeled
not?
with emotions.
No, he said
happy
blind to
or
the
sad
world.
Oh,
or
well.
content. Walking, eating,
Maybe if
working,
the letters
all of it
in his voice
monitored
weren't
and
so thin,
commanded from
I'd
this
be able to
very
hear them.
place. And
Maybe
as
if the
cold
world
reality
was a
of his
little thicker.
past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never
wonder,
again
man,
exert its
why?
terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay. I mean, the console's disabled. So maybe I have to start it up to destroy it? Question mark? I think so.
You don't have to.
And when at
destroy
last
it.
he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his
Don't make
duty,
choices.
his obligation,
Why would you
to
choose
put an
this one?
end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Hello? I've made an oopsie.
Blackness,
sure?
and a
I
rising
don't
chill
know.
of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Oh, good for him.
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the
cost?
immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the
Walk
new
out backwards.
path before him.
Or
This
not.
was
It's too
exactly
late.
the way. Right now,
The camera just whips
the
around
things
anyways.
were meant
Does
to
it?
happen.
I wanted to see like where
And
you
Stanley
just walked out of.
was happy.
Yeah, no, as soon as
Good
you
for
hit,
him.
as soon as you like step out the door, it goes into a cutscene.
Damn it.
I beat the game. I
Yep,
did it.
There we go. Hey, Stanley is free. That's it. The game's over. You never have to do it ever again.
By
Everything
stream.
is all right. It's fine.
I'm back in the fucking building again!
Been a good 30 minutes. Good night, everybody.
Well, from here on out, you are on your own.
Fuck, really? Okay.
Whatever
All of
life
his
you
co-workers
choose
were
to
gone.
live, it will
What
be
could it mean?
yours.
Stanley
It
decided
is
to go to the meeting.
yours.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a
Okay.
single difference.
I
No
know.
matter
I know.
how
I
hard
said I
Stanley
would
looked,
not
he
guide
couldn't
you
find a
anymore,
trace
but
of
you were so
co-workers.
close to something. I need you to go back to door 430 and click it 5 times.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do.
Oh.
Almost certainly 50 clicks.
Okay, I'm just gonna speed run. I don't know when we're gonna be at 50. He's gonna say.
No, I'm still not
Yeah, you
finished
don't
yet.
have to individually
I want this
count, you'll
achievement
just
to have
start
meant
talking
something.
once
It
you've
has
done
to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to
Don't
see
do 100.
hustle, Stanley. I want to see
Don't do
commitment,
100.
a willingness to go all the
What's
way, no matter what the
50?
cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Got you, fam. It's 417.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
You gotcha, pal.
Itch achievement.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Okay, great. I got you, fam. I'm the best. You should know this.
Now, back to door number 437.
You got it, man! I'm on my way! Slowly but surely, because I can't sprint.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Where is it?
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Do you? Because I think we're going in circles. Excuse me. Is there a door 417? Oh, I missed it.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Can I? Oh. Oh. Oh.
Yes!
I did it.
This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley.
up
I
there.
like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416. We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Okay, dude, chill.
You can't fault them for being
Finish it off,
excited.
Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud
Thank
of
you,
how
narrator.
far we've come today. Just
Thank you
think,
very much.
Only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
That's a lot of sass coming from someone who isn't alive.
I don't know how you know that for sure.
I'm more 20.
The secret to the Stanley parable actually is that the narrator is alive. He's like sitting in a room somewhere.
When Stanley
is
came
in
to
your
a set of
computer.
2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, actually, he entered the door on
This
his
was not
right.
the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
You're welcome.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, of course I did. It's a very nice lounge.
Yes, truly a room worth
Oh, it's a
admiring.
really
You
nice.
know
It had really
damn
been
well
worth the
this is
detour
not
after
the way
all,
to the
just to
meeting
spend
room.
a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
What's down here?
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I think there's a lot of paths in this game, right?
Yep.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No.
Down we go.
Ooh, really?
Pretty nifty.
But Stanley didn't want
This
to go
is gonna
back
be
to the
a-
place.
an
He
interesting
wanted to
first
wander
run
about
then.
and get even further on track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go from here it's left.
There's one ending. I believe it's an ending, but there is like one thing that I'm
Oh
partial
no,
to in this
no,
game.
it's to the right, ma'am.
It's like the only
Fuckhead.
one that I know.
No,
It's,
no,
Here,
not the
here,
right.
message
Why
me
would
about
I
it.
have
Don't say
ever
it.
said
Message me
was to
about
the
it.
Right. What was I thinking?
What were
It's
you
clearly-
thinking?
Oh dear, would you hold on
are
for a minute,
you?
please?
There you are.
Take your time, man. Take your time. You got it.
Let's see, we went down right, left, Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okie dokie. I'm back in the fucking building again.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
That
we
one, I
just
don't know if
need
it's
to
an ending,
to,
or if it's just like something you can do.
It's all rubbish now.
Okay,
The
so
whole
that
story
one
completely unusable.
be,
How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so
That
far
one, I
off
think-
track,
I think we're gonna have to
Okay.
wait a while
From
to
the
see that one,
top.
though. I don't know.
That's alright.
Okay.
All of
I'm
his
excited for
co-workers
when it
were gone.
happens, though.
What
Okay.
could it mean?
Yeah, it's gonna be real
Stanley
fun.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Okay.
he had simply missed a
Uh,
memo.
I'm
Stars,
still
how
not-
much do you know about this game?
0%.
Alright, great. I'm even more excited.
When Stanley... Wait, what?
Hello?
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over
If you
completely
just
fresh.
hop
Everything
back to
should be...
DM
Oh,
real
did
quick.
something change?
Yeah, I saw.
Stanley,
I saw.
did you change
No,
anything
this
when we were back in
one.
that room with
That's
all
the one I'm
monitors?
excited
No.
Did you
I
move
don't
the
remember what that
story
one was.
somewhere
Give me
or...
one second.
No.
Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then. It's an adventure. Come,
Oh.
Stanley.
Yeah, I remember that one now.
Let's find
Yeah.
the story.
I'm really
Can I
excited
go
to see that one.
over the chairs? No. Okay, I'm gonna go this way. Oh, I hate this. This is the back rooms.
All I'm seeing is that on your server, we're gonna have to add photocopy machines and potted plants.
Oh no. Oh shit.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we just...
Okay,
do we
level 2.
restart the game again?
No, it's fine.
I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this.
Oh,
Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
I wasn't done.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
I'm
room.
not going to the
Perhaps
meeting
he had
room.
simply missed a memo.
Oh, there
I think you
aren't
should go to the
doors.
meeting room. Oh, well,
There are no doors.
Okay, yeah,
Maybe try
it's
harder.
worse.
Great.
I'm remembering this wrong.
Okay.
It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go. Is it gonna be back in this direction? Doubt it, but okay.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
This wasn't here before.
Oh.
Ugh!
of course this was here before.
This is icky. Oh,
No, wait. Never mind. Not the
Well,
story.
it's always been.
Okay, let's
Oh,
head
it's
back the
icky.
other
Exactly the
way
same.
and retrace our steps.
I fucking hate that. Oh, I just watched an entire documentary on the back rooms. This is. Ugh.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all.
Neither do
Is
I.
this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this?
I don't think it is.
You
This looks
win!
right.
Congratulations!
Hell yeah.
I know you put in a lot of hard work.
I did it.
Really paid off. So, good job. Oh no,
Thank you.
no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Congratulations.
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might
That's
happen
a
this
lot
time.
of
I have
words.
to restart.
Fair enough.
Too bad I'm not reading
All right.
All right,
Alright,
I've got a
just
solution.
pulled
This
up,
time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the
It's not
help
even like a
of the
thing I need.
Stanley
God damn it.
Parable
Adventure line.
Just follow the line. How simple
Line
is that?
TM. I'm not gonna follow the line. I'm gonna follow it for right now, but... Doo
Good
doo.
luck not following the line.
Maybe I'll go follow the line. Why are we going this way, though?
This
You see? The line knows
Get rid of
where
the
the
force
story is.
website now.
It's over in this
Good,
direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even
Yeah.
if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both
All right.
agree that the nature of existence
a
is
loop.
in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
Sure.
Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct?
I don't know what half those words mean.
That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize.
Ooh,
Sure
11.
where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Onward. .007. Beef. You know... Wow, I hated that. Why did it do that? Don't even know which way I'm going anymore.
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
My brother's
Make sure you
FaceTiming me.
study
Hang
it
on.
closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
1 second. Okay, he hung up. 1 second, let me call him back. Where's Discord? Okay, I just needed to text my brother something, and for some reason he could not text me. Okay. All right. Okay, so the fern is going to be important. Gotcha. Why isn't anything numbered anymore?
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No, no, no. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through...
234 is fucked.
Take this
Over
anymore,
there.
to hell with it. Restart.
Alright, man. Where's the narrator?
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Gross. Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do
Oh.
you want our story to be?
Oh, this
Go
is
wild. Use
wonderful.
your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Oh, I hate that. Wow.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
It's a very outrageous, interesting adventure line.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision.
Okay.
From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Am I back?
Yes?
Okay, cool. My power went out.
What the fuck?
Awesome.
Just for like a couple minutes.
Awesome. The confusion ending.
What's this?
I'm glad I didn't miss
The
this.
confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well,
Find the line again.
who
Begin to
consulted
follow the
me?
line. Find an identical
How did I
replica
get
of
to
the
decide?
office that has begun to
Why don't
deteriorate.
I get a
Attempt
say
to
in
make
all
up
of
a
this?
story here.
Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the time
Oh.
stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm
Yeah.
not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Well, that's not good.
So, from the moment you went down the elevator to right there was all one ending.
Holy shit.
Congrats.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh
What
my
could it be?
god. This is
Stanley
gonna be
decided to go
great.
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
Okay,
left.
I'm still gonna go to the one
This
on the
was
right,
not
but
the
instead
correct
I'm
way to
gonna
the
not
meeting
go
room,
down the
and
elevator.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. I'm gonna keep going straight this time. Warehouse.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not jump.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize
Well, it's
that
the adventure
investing
line.
trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
And who is that?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who is her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Okay. Oh, I hate that. Oh, wow. I've never
Nothing wrong
hated...
with that.
It's...
No, it's all right.
It's a...
That's her, Stanley.
Oh, that's
You
good.
need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
You can't jump. No.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go.
She sounds cute.
All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
I'm
They
sad
wanna commit
now.
their life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Fuck you.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Debated by the narrative.
Fair enough.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
My death? Okay.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Okay.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to
Okay,
do.
well, I can't do anything else.
Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown. Fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
There's Kay to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
What
First,
happened
he
to my
imagined
fucking
that one
TV?
day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face.
I can't even go
The
close to
thought
anything.
excited him terribly.
Spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought. that
Oh
his
shit, my phone's at
decisions would
6%.
mean something
Hang on.
was almost too
Plug
wonderful
it
to
in.
bear.
Well, you have to press G to prepare dinner.
Oh shit. Small streamer problems. Resume. G.
As he wandered through this
Oh
fantasy world,
no.
he began to fill it with many
It's
possible
just
paths
Office.
and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Wow, okay.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head, he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Oh.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly
Stanley
be?
is addicted to
In
gambling.
reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer
Hate
he
end
spends
days?
here, the more invested he gets. The more
I'm
he
s-
forgets
I'm sure it's
which life is
Mondays.
the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. Not pushing Q. So, chat, how are you guys doing? Because the game's not important right now. How are you guys? I was told not to push the button, so I'm not going to push the button. So how was everybody's day? Mine was alright. Press the button. Well, the game told me not to, so I'm gonna listen to the game. Okay, fine.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Yikes.
Suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the
Alex,
say to my
get out of my chat with your bullshit.
We're not so
I mean, I think the chat member is
once
right.
more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
What?
Pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What?
Congrats on your ending.
Oh my fucking god. Okay.
All of his
So,
co-workers were gone.
so now
What could it
what's
be?
left is to
Stanley decided to
begin
go to the meeting
obeying,
room.
but
Perhaps he had
disobey.
simply missed a memo.
Oh, there's still much more to do.
Okay. Then maybe I'll go down the
Stanley
right
came
again.
to a set of two open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly.
There are
well.
still quite a
Perhaps
few
he wanted to stop by the employee
options, we'll
lounge
say.
first, just to admire
on
it.
the right side.
Okay, then we will continue on the right
The
side.
lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace, its subtle, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his
Right. I have yet to take this. Right, I did this
he
door, but then I
detoured through
went down the
natural
elevator.
section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Right. What is this way? Oh, I can't even click on that. It's fucked.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Okay.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Broom closet? Broom closet.
Oh, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at
I
all.
want wrench.
I'm just going to be patient and wait
Pliers?
for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room.
Okay,
Please
fuck.
take your time.
Don't have to be a dick about it. I'm gonna go down
Coming
this
to a
time.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What if I went downstairs into the red?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Okay, if I
He
can
might
make a
be fired
suggestion for this
that.
ending,
Sure.
just
Such a
keep,
competitive
just keep
economy.
walking.
Why
Okay.
had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley.
Oh
Maybe,
no.
he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
God
None of
damn
it made
it.
any logical sense.
Oh,
And as
different.
Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
There's no fucking
Then
way.
he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun.
Oh, this is
and
cool.
Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
This is cool.
the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley.
Oh,
I have a
God.
boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Yeah?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled
Oh.
through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and
Oh,
what isn't.
God.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
Really?
Then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Is that the Stanley goes insane ending?
Good ending. Woo! Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
All of his co-workers
Is there
were
still
gone.
more in the
What
right
could it
side?
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Okay.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's go to the
Stanley
right
came
again.
to a set of 2 open. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle.
Okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, so that goes there. But this goes here. Is there any other ending to this way?
Yes. There are a few more endings in this area.
Stanley was so bad at following
I'm gonna
directions,
jump.
it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Old.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley.
I did
Everyone
it.
thinks you are very powerful.
I did it.
All of his
Oh.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh, this is
Stanley
new.
decided to go
Okay,
to the
wait,
meeting
wait,
room.
wait.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Check all the doors.
Awesome.
Let's go! New ending!
New ending.
Dog mode?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Hell yeah. Oh,
When
beautiful.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the
going
door
this way.
on his This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay,
Stanley felt
employee
lightheaded,
lounge.
butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before.
Uh-huh.
Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room?
I mean, yeah.
Truly, truly, deeply, madly love.
I mean, there was the guy on TLC who loved his car.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley
Anyway.
took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Key card. Okay, I need a key card. Was the key
let
card
you
in
know
the
right now.
office?
No, there is no key card.
Okay, never mind.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
There are still a few
I'm
more
not
endings.
sure.
Oh,
in
I
this
can,
area.
I can get in there,
I
right?
realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Is Moth
Why,
still here?
I don't know how
Yes.
to convince you of this,
Ah.
but I really do
If
want
you're
to
not
help
currently
you,
tuned
to show
in, you
you
might
something
want to.
beautiful. Look,
Oh,
let me
really?
prove it.
Oh,
Let me
good,
prove
good,
that
good.
I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important.
I know
Stanley
this
walked
room.
through the red door.
I'm not gonna walk through the red door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the
you
red
misunderstand?
door.
You're welcome.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want
do.
to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well,
I do.
Don't let me stop you.
Okay.
You see? There's nothing here.
What the
I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I'd written out specifically for you?
Yeah.
Do you not think I put a lot of time
This is
into
neat.
that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
No, this is fun.
Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback.
Okay.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from?
I don't know.
How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul.
Nice.
You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try.
Okay.
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Okay. The worldwide board? Oh, that's cool. Is it the least amount of time played? Can I go in this one again?
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Not really.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Okay.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail.
Okay.
It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I
Okay.
think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Wow, this is awful.
I want you to know there is an ending for playing this for 4 hours.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
That's the
Because
second
that's
one.
the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey,
You're welcome.
since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Perfect.
Aha!
Really?
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
I love this game. It's
Well,
so
it
nice.
seems
I just
obvious
can't
to
remember
me
the
that
name.
you
Is
are
that
meant to play as a
Firewatch?
creepy man
It's
spying on
Firewatch.
innocent
Yeah.
civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
If you look out the window, are you able to see Delilah's tower?
Can you see Delilah's tower? Yes, over there, right? Off in the distance.
Yep, that's it.
Nice.
Huge.
Huge.
You still have dog mode on.
Of course I do. You gotta have dog mode.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
On an adventure.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Jonesy Lake.
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You really wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow.
Dear
You can just
God.
go in
Oh,
any-
there's a break.
Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
Let me through.
Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Let me through. Please.
Oh,
If I go sideways.
I think this will be just the thing.
Alright, if you say so. Really?
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind.
Really?
Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stan, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
I'm lost. Can I change
Okay, so
games?
what exactly do we do here? Let's
Now
see.
you're playing
There are lots of
Rocket
cars
That's
here in the
Rocket
back,
League.
but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the
Sports ball.
bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
It's
I
big.
used to play sports ball. I was bad at it.
well. Are you Stanley?
Gonna get a goal.
Could be.
Possible.
Are you doing it? Are you
Maybe
winning?
we're
Is
all
this
Stanley.
fun? Is it better than my miserable
Maybe the
little
real
story
Stanley
that I
was
worked
the
so
friends
hard
we
on?
made along the way.
Stanley, I have
I'm
a
so
thought.
fast.
And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more
Balls.
euphoric sports experience.
Wait, you're gonna
I get
score
to
on
try it
yourself.
out. Here comes another ball.
Nice.
Yes.
Balls.
Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I
explode.
simply
This
have to have more. I'm
Not
insatiable.
accurate.
Fake Rocket League.
More balls.
There's so many balls. Boink. No, go in. Boink.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley?
Yes.
You having fun?
Yes.
Is this a real video game?
Yes.
Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over.
Oh.
That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You
Okay.
get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you.
Gross.
Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I am structure. I'm
if I
your
go down
sense
here?
of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, hold on. What are you doing? Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Have I broken it? Oh, and I've fallen to my death. I'm in the back rooms.
No,
Great.
you're in the storage rooms. There's a difference.
My nose is itchy.
Well, you better go scratch it.
I did.
Bark.
Brrr.
Home sweet home.
Oh!
I wonder what he found.
Give me 1 second.
If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Okay.
I can wait.
So can I? Okay, great.
All right. Nice. Good ending.
Nice
All his
ending.
co-workers were
Fun
gone.
facts about that
What could it
ending.
mean?
Originally,
Stanley decided to go to the
so
meeting room.
that last
Perhaps he
area
had
that you were
simply
in
missed a memo.
is the original Stanley Parable.
Oh, that's fun.
Which was a Half-Life mod. And then in the 2013 Source re-release, which is what this one is built off of, the two games that you go into instead of Firewatch and Rocket League is Minecraft and Portal.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in the new content door.
Oh boy, new content.
What does that mean? New content.
I've been gone. But look, I made you some content. Daddy made you your favorite open wide. Here comes the content.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley
Alright,
Parable
that was
Ultra Deluxe.
future roommates.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the
Going house
thrilling new
hunting on
Ultra
Saturday.
Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
My dog mode!
What's going on here? Should we
Joseph.
be moving somewhere? Or...
My dog,
there we go.
Joseph.
All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right.
Are you ready for the
All
greatest
right,
new
let's see
content?
it's the jump
Just an
circle.
exit. I actually don't know what it is.
Okay, well, I can jump now, so that's nice.
Only in this circle.
You only have a certain number of jumps.
Oh, you're right. I can't jump outside of it. That's nice, I guess.
You wasted.
Is that
You
it?
used up all your jumps.
Surely that's not all the new content.
It's a good
There has
thing
to be
that
something
this is
else,
only
right?
here and it never ever comes back ever
Another
anywhere.
my
later.
God.
I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
Yeah.
It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box.
On
The
occasion.
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've
Nice.
got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
You do that.
See
It's
that
my fault,
written
Stanley.
in
I
Steam.
built up too much anticipation around the new content.
take a
I'm
look.
afraid.
I'll
It
be
could
right back.
never
I'm
have
making
lived up to
dinner.
such expectations.
Okay,
Okay.
see ya.
If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
Go for it.
No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Go for it, man.
What do you say, friend?
Yeah, let's do it. Here comes the content. This isn't my office. Very strange, this one.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent.
Do I
want to
have
show
an
you
option not to
something.
go in the vent? I sure do. But I sure want to go in the
Stanley.
vent.
Stanley, do you see that small vent on the wall?
Oh.
Since they just updated this game, I think, like today or yesterday,
You
to
remember
make
how
it so that
cheap
you
and
could replay through
unsatisfying
this
the new
section you're
Ultra
about to
Deluxe
do.
content
It used to
Oh,
be
good.
just
But
like
it
a
got
one
me
and
thinking
done.
about the
Oh
past
shit.
and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just
Where the
our
fuck
little
are we?
secret. Take a look.
You're
I
about to
call
find
it
out.
the Memory Zone.
Memory zone.
It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
This is really cool. I like this. Go outside. Isn't there an achievement now that's don't play for 10 years? And that's
Yeah,
go
It's called Super Go Outside.
super go outside.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created.
That's crazy,
how
bro.
grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
The original remake? Huh.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
I really don't have much to say, guys. This is really
These were
neat.
simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Oh, shit.
Oh no. Oh god, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's being collected down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The
Oh,
narrator
no.
is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny.
The individual paths themselves.
Trying to be funny?
Oh,
I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web
Holy
of profound
shit.
philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
holy shit. Just a graveyard of bad reviews.
From Steam.
From Steam. From Steam, particularly. Oh, that was a good one. That's a good review. This is also a good
Let's see
review.
what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
I don't think so.
You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh, dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise
Welcome back.
unimpeachable track
We're
record.
looking at all of the negative
I feel-
Steam reviews.
Like I let these
Oh,
people
really?
down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perhaps
it's in the
Stanley
game.
Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well,
And there it goes, off into the
yes, I think
sea.
we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it
Can't
couldn't
believe
hurt.
Cookie 9 would
What
write
if it
something
means
like that.
we can strike these
Cannot believe
negative
that.
reviews from the record? Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, no, no,
I
no.
think you're gonna
The
like
Stanley
this
Parable
ending.
is a game for the people, And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get.
Right.
Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up.
But
Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it gets... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but
Right.
if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise.
Right.
Or maybe a manifesto.
A manifesto.
Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and
Of
you
course.
can tell me what you think.
Okay.
So my theory is that any choice you've ever made
Right.
is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice.
I mean,
That is
yeah,
to say,
butterfly
if by
effect.
articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice
Right.
to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these. Well, there's sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over.
Right.
Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this. And
Called
whether
out.
they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works.
Yeah, maybe.
Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button.
Perhaps.
I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will
Valve,
instantly run out and
think.
implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps
Do you?
they'll simply grant this particular...
Okay. That's
Okay,
nice.
Welcome back, Stanley.
Hello.
Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer.
Yeah.
That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
Oh,
It
God.
wasn't unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
Okay, I won't press it
think
again.
the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Okay, I gotcha.
You've
I
just
won't.
been frozen there.
Sorry.
Why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room.
What's up?
Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle.
Oh,
I've
what the
checked
fuck?
Every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door.
What?
There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen.
Okay,
I
well,
have
let's-
no idea how long I'll be
find
able to
out.
sit
Ball
here.
rot.
Oh, Stanley, you're back.
That doesn't make
You're
any
back.
sense. That
Oh,
would
my
never
goodness.
happen.
I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here.
Narrator
not a
hasn't even
single
been watering the
person to speak
plant.
with.
Come on.
And you
Bruh.
think that's
Come
just
on,
right.
narrator.
Doesn't exist in this mortal plane.
Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same
It's
as
his
always?
game.
Doesn't that feel like what
Yeah, it
we've
doesn't mean
already
he
been
can
doing?
do
Me
things.
just talking, but it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close.
Hit it
Because
again.
I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me.
I can hear
Because
you.
Maybe, Stanley, maybe, if
Hit
you
it.
can hear me,
Again.
then maybe it means I'm real.
One button press.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of
Well, that's not good.
collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it.
Chat has voted.
Chat had voted.
I agree with your chat, Stars.
I pressed it.
All the fire alarms going off.
Fire alarm's
Yeah,
going off.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking to...
Oh, it's real quiet.
Can't believe you skipped him while he was in the middle of complaining about how people skip.
The end is never
And
the
now he's not
end, is
talking.
never the
Hit it
end,
again.
is never the end, is
Hate to
never
see
the
it.
end, is never the 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 end, is never...
The end is loading.
Oh
Clock's
shit.
gone, I think. Yeah, it's gone. Oh, it's on the floor. Oh, there you go. We give it another couple of years.
It's more than a couple of years. Every time you press the button, it gets longer. And it was 1 year, a few presses ago.
No, he lost track after 1 year, so it was more than a year.
We're skipping hundreds, maybe thousands of years every button
One.
press now.
More button press.
Well, this is nice.
Wow.
Wow.
Guess a city built over me.
It's not nice anymore.
It'll fall apart soon enough. Hit it again.
I guess so, yeah. Oh shit.
Hit it again.
Oh
there you go.
shit.
Welcome to Fallout 74.
Welcome to Fall Guys.
Welcome to Tilted Towers. What's the desert one? Dusty Depot?
Yeah. Beautiful.
Good ending.
I'm gonna take this time to go to the bathroom, because I have to. I'll be right back. I'm back.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There we go.
Good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Hey, look, I made you some content.
I didn't notice the chat message until right now.
Alright. Where are we going? 1 second.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark.
True.
And any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly
believe they
re-release with a
dropped
few
Stanley
minor
Parable
additions?
2.
Think of all the new territory
Can't
we're
believe
covering
that.
with a fully fledged sequel, an entirely new experience built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear,
say
I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the
Well, then,
Stanley Parable
truly
2 is
you
going
know
to be.
not what is
But
art.
let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
How
I
dare you?
figure
I did
that if I
not
can
do
loosely organize a handful of
high
interesting
school art
concepts,
classes to
that
not
surely
be,
the game will sort
to
of
not know
naturally
what I was doing.
spring up
Okay,
around
well,
them.
I mean,
It'll all
listen,
work
I'm
itself
not the
out.
one who
Game
said that
development is
Stanley
much-
Parable
Here we
2
are.
isn't
Go
art.
on, try out some of the new features.
Said the title wasn't artistic.
Yeah, well, that's, again, another example of you being incorrect.
Hear your name in the game? Will
Maybe
this
the
play
title was
my
not
real
fair.
name? Or will it play my Steam name?
No, it says the name of the player who plays the game.
It's a
For the
gamble
Stanley
I'm
Parable
willing
2,
to see
I asked myself,
live.
what do
It's
players
a really
want?
good button.
And of course,
Trust.
the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful? Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is.
Right.
Here, let's have you role play as Jim
Okay.
and really simulate the full experience of this feature.
Okay.
Leaked, your name is
I
Jim,
promise you'll love it.
confirmed.
Okay,
Okay.
here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whether you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
My name is
I want
Jim.
you to imagine yourself living as Jim.
Right.
Sleeping and waking as Jim.
Okay.
Falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim.
Right.
Seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim, watching your dreams crumble.
I
into
would do that
dust.
if the people in my house weren't so fucking loud right now.
Really, truly Jim
Lean
right
out the
now?
door and yell
If
at them
so,
to
then
shut up.
Please step forward and
No.
press the button.
I am Jim.
Jim.
That's fucking incredible.
Yes, you see, what a thrill, what a rush. That was
It
you.
said your name.
The
That's
button described
insane.
you.
That's
Jimmy,
insane.
do it again.
Albertson.
Jim.
hits even harder the
It
second
sure
time.
does.
If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the gym button.
Okay.
I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
I agree.
Gotcha.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Dog mode.
I love dog mode. Settings world champion?
Oh, I have that. I am the settings world champion.
Hmm. Gotta go all the way around. So far, this game is fun. I like it a lot.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing
I like
and
this game,
paradoxical.
Tails.
That
I like
it
it a
engendered
lot.
a chaotic sense
Oh,
of
is it the
reckless
best part of
despair
the
in
entire
those who
game?
played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration,
Yes, bucket.
I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on.
This is a bucket. No, there's more.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
Oh wait, I did it
In
wrong.
fact,
It's
can I say that
this
I do
is a
believe the
bucket.
lends you a
Dear
dash of
God,
charisma
there's
as
more.
well. I think
No.
that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Oh yeah?
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay. Would you like the bucket back? I have a bucket now? Okay, thanks for the bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really... Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Happy 12th birthday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get well someday.
Oh my god. Awesome. Fantastic.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Sorry.
You should have saved some of your jumps, really.
Sorry.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken.
I see.
I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature.
I see.
Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Gamers, we hear you.
Yes. What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Oh. We already did no screenshots. We haven't done collectibles, and we haven't gone up here.
Ah, collectibles.
Go ahead.
Now it's a
Go get
real
the
video
collectible.
game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Hell yeah. 1 of 6. Okay. Are they all in this section?
God, it really is the worst when you
Nope,
collect
they
everything
are
in a video
now
game,
spread
and then
throughout
they
the
give
main
you a
game.
big fancy
Aw.
reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Infinite hole. Can't believe I just have a bucket now.
Yeah. It's a good bucket.
It's a good bucket.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Time to go in.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show
Fantastic.
you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
I think you should jump back down into the infinite hole.
Okay, and I guess we're back in the hole now. Do you really need to see it again? I don't know what else there is to say, Stanley. It's an infinite hole. It's exactly what you're doing right now, but forever. There really are so many other fascinating exhibits that I've prepared for you. I really spent quite a lot of time on all this, and I would very much like to show you some more of them. How about we go ahead and press that teleport button again, so we can get back to what's really important about... Oh, goodness. Well, this is rather embarrassing, Stanley. I'll be honest with you, I truly did not believe that anyone would actually stay in the hole long enough to hit the bottom. Yes, I know, I told you the hole was infinite, but come on! Who actually wants to fall forever? The hole was plenty deep. It was more than deep enough, in my opinion. Maybe it's you who likes falling too much. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you,
Fair enough.
then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
I think you should jump back in the infinite hole.
I'm gonna jump back in the infinite hole again.
Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up a path. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
Do I go in the hole again?
I think you should go in the hole again.
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yeah. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length.
Right.
Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
Well, that was interesting.
I think you should jump in the hole again.
Okay, and I saw a notification pop up from my suggestion box.
How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at
From
this depth,
from
I just
one and
can't
only
see the
Alex's
scratching
3am
itch.
brain says you should jump in the hole
You're not
again.
the judge. You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
It's not working.
Is the teleport
Alex,
button not
is your
working?
fucking thing the criminal
You
picture?
sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. Still nothing. Well, I suppose
It's not working.
there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else.
Stanley, do you really not have enough
care,
upper
Stanley.
body strength
I hope you
to
will
get out of this hole?
have a wonderful rest of it, too.
Yeah, really, you shouldn't have jumped in the infinite hole again.
It's just me and you, Bucket. No, 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 let me out. God damn it, I can't even jump. Let me out. Oh, this isn't good.
I think it's great, actually.
G still doesn't work as the teleport button. Yo. Doo-doo. Oh, this sound scratches my brain.
Sorting algorithm noises.
Oh. Oh, that's nice. Keeping it with the puppies. I like the puppies. Yo. Upside down. Poggers. Muscle man. We're keeping stars.
Oh, it almost blends into your background.
Almost. How close is it?
Stanley?
It's pretty close.
Stanley!
Yo.
Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there.
Oh.
Drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley. Because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole?
Can you let me
From the
out?
looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole. And I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle pip.
Fuck is Toodle Pip?
Alright. Good
Oh.
ending.
Good ending. Is it whole ending? Oh. I'm here again.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Do I have to try all of them out again? Or can I just skip over them?
No, I think you can go. Oh, yeah, the button that says gym. Yeah, no, you're good. So now you just have to head to the exit.
Good with me.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now? So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. So,
Okay.
let's do an experiment.
Okay.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Okay.
Okay, yes. Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this.
Do
Here
ya?
we go. Version 2.
Okay.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Wow.
This is the story
So,
of a
welcome
man
to
named
the other
Stanley.
half of the content. How it works
Stanley
is
worked for a company in
when
a big
you
building
load
where
into the
he was
game, you
employee
will be able
number
to pick up the bucket.
427.
If you don't take the
Employee
bucket with
number
you, you get the
427's
original
job was
ending,
simple.
and if you have the
He
bucket
sat at
with
his
you, you
desk
get
in
the
room
new ending.
427, and
That's
he
how they
Ooh.
doubled the
orders
content
came.
in this game. Is
Orders
they
came
said,
to him through a
pick up
monitor
the
at his
bucket
desk,
and everything will
telling
be
him what
slightly
buttons
different.
to push,
Oh.
Because now you have a bucket.
and in what. This is what employee
So all the endings you
427
already did, you have to
every
do
day,
again while holding the
every
bucket
month
now.
of every year.
Oh.
Yet
And
to
although
find my
others
favorite
might
ending
have
too.
considered it soul
Yeah.
ending,
And you were
Stanley
so
relished
close.
every moment that the orders came in.
You were
Though
really,
he'd
really
been
close.
made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
Do I still have the bucket, or do I have to figure out how to go get the
Shocked,
bucket again?
frozen solid,
The bucket
Stanley
is
found
just
himself
in
unable to move for the
the second
longest
room.
time.
As soon as you
But as he
like
came
walk
to
and
his wits
turn
and
around the
regained
corner,
his senses,
it's
he
just
got
right
up
there.
from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone.
What do you mean?
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Would it not be in the
something was
janitor's
going on.
closet?
Not even close. No. If you just keep going like normal, just around this corner. Yeah, there you go.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
How did you? You didn't. How did you blind the bucket?
What do you mean? How did I blind the bucket?
Oh, you know what? Just keep looking. You'll find it eventually.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh wow! Hey, what's that? Oh! I accidentally hit the clip button.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Now I have to
Stanley
get the
punched
good
bucket
ending.
tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
I think
Fuck
you should
you.
stay
I can
in the
really
broom
feel it now.
closet.
It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket.
Okay.
I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Perfect.
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
How many endings are there?
There's a few.
Do I have to do all the new content ones with the bucket as well?
So yeah, so how it
Ugh.
works is you get all the like regular endings, and then
The
every
elevator
ending
raced
changes
downward,
while you're
plummeting
holding the
towards
bucket.
an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, I never did the escape one.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
What's stopping
Stanley
you?
and the bucket both wondered to
Cause
themselves.
I didn't do it without the bucket, so if I do it with the bucket, then I don't know.
If you do it with the bucket, then you have to go back later and do it without the bucket.
Right. And I'm already here, so I'll just do it without the bucket. And then I'll do it with the bucket later.
Monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped,
Christ.
monitored like guinea pigs.
Yeah.
The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into
Okay.
tears as
Yep.
Stanley cradled it.
Were you not here at the beginning when this happened?
Everything would be fine.
No, that's not what that was about.
Oh.
Was the bucket under the mind
I
control
just
facility's
sent
influence
Moth
as
a
well? Had
map
the bucket been
of
told
all
to
of the
do
different
things it
endings.
didn't wish to do?
Oh no.
What kinds of
And it
things
is,
does a bucket want to do
It is
or
a
not want to
big
do in the
map.
first
There's
place?
a lot of stuff.
These
Oh,
questions
fuck.
buzzed furiously in Stanley's
Where
field
is
of mind.
my ending on this map?
No! He
so
screamed
from the
into
yellow-
bucket. He couldn't accept it.
from
His
the
own
yellow
life in
diamond there,
someone
door
else's
choice,
control.
it would be,
Never! He squeezed the bucket
right,
tighter.
and then
His one friend
down,
in the entire world.
and then right,
At this point,
and
he could
then
trust no one
down,
except
and then
for the bucket.
right, and then down, and then right, I think.
But here was the proof.
Maybe?
The
Gotcha.
heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
I will
happy,
take an
or
in-depth look
sad,
at this
or
later.
content.
Yeah.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
I'm gonna
As
get
the
out the
cold
sticky
reality
notes and
of this
rewrite the
past
whole
began
map
to
like
sink
across
in.
the common room
Stanley
wall.
decided that this machinery would never again
We're
exert
just
its
gonna walk
terrible
out and go like,
power
"What the fuck
over
are you
another
doing?"
human life.
The bucket.
The bucket.
It changes all of it.
Stanley and the bucket.
The bucket
waited
changes
in
everything.
Was it over? Yes.
Are
they
there
had
more
done it.
left
Stanley and
endings
the
than there
bucket
are
had
right
defeated their
endings?
greatest and darkest
Let me
enemy.
take a look
so.
at this
Freed
handy
themselves
map
from the
real quick.
tyrannical grip
I
of the
I think
evil
there are
mind
more
control
left
machine.
endings, yeah.
Freedom was
Okay,
now mere
so
moments away.
for this stream, I
The two
want
of
to
them
get
began to
all of
discuss
the
kind of
right
life they wanted to
endings.
live. Once they stepped through
Alright.
this massive door, the bucket wanted
Is
to
is
be
there
a
like
escape.
an
Stanley
impossible
wanted to
amount?
sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to
Here,
begin
so
watching a movie,
from the right
any movie,
door,
but then stop it halfway
there
through and begin
is-
watching it in reverse.
Because looking,
from
the
end.
chart is kind of confusing,
True, it was a
but
simple
I've
life
played
they
through all the
envisioned,
endings, I can
but
get
it
this.
was
So
one
from
they'd
the right
lived
door,
together,
there
with
is
one another to lean on, to trust, to
one,
support. And... What? Wait.
3,
What was happening?
4, 5,
Why had the
6,
door stopped? Was
7,
Stanley and the
8,
bucket not
9,
about to be free?
10, 11, 12,
Unbearable
13.
silence
I
filled
think
the
there's
room.
13
hate
endings
this.
on the
And
right side.
uncertainty.
Okay.
Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself
Oh, shit.
recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, will go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in
got, like, a
darkness
Discord
isn't
message
really
from
so
a friend
bad,
of mine.
Stanley thought to himself.
And it just
As
said
long as I
on a
have my
date with
bucket
this
with me, right?
stunning
I'll be
gent,
okay,
and then it was a
won't I?
picture of
Stanley
Germa
thought.
at like a
Very
restaurant.
simple. He was about to find out.
I think your friend follows Prezzo on Twitter.
Probably.
Probably.
And like,
Okay,
5 minutes
awesome.
later, he
All
follows
of his
up with,
co-workers
he
were
keeps
gone.
asking if I
What
want to
could it mean?
peep the horror.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Okay.
simply missed a memo.
So I've got other endings to do now with the bucket.
Stanley
So
lifted
I'm
the
gonna
bucket into
do
his
the
arms.
endings I've
A
already
wave of
done with the
comfort
bucket.
rushed over him.
If I can remember which ones I did.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his. This was not the correct way to the meeting
I
room.
know. I'm doing
Stanley
it on
had felt
purpose.
the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left.
So
to go
I
back to the
continued.
meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might
Good
die in one
bucket
another's
content.
arms.
Good bucket
How
content.
deeply touching.
Dearest friend.
Okay. You know what? Let me real quick. Let me open up
All of his co-workers were
MS
gone.
Paint,
What
and
could
I'm
it
going
mean?
to
Stanley
draw
decided to
out
go to
the
the
map
meeting room.
for the right
confusion
side
and
because
the
I just want
chaos
to make sure I
all
don't miss
seemed
anything.
to melt
Okay.
away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Okay, we're going
Stanley
right
clutched the
again.
bucket tightly
We're gonna
to his-
ride
This was
it
not
all the
correct
way
way to
now.
the meeting room.
So
But
start.
Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him,
Right.
telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
Oh, another
No,
banger
never
message.
mind.
Our
The
waiter
bucket was
also
wrong.
peeped the horror and is now
Stanley
dead.
took the door on his
Oh
left
my
to
God.
go back to the meeting room.
This is
No.
Blair, by the way.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift. Yeah, good.
Said the bucket.
Alright,
Now
I'm
ride
gonna
the
ride
lift
it the
all the way
whole
to the
way.
top.
I'm not gonna
There's
jump off.
something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why
14.
or how this bucket
Did I?
was
What did I
speaking
say
to
last
him.
time?
13.
It should have alarmed him, of
13.
course, because
Oh,
buckets
you're so
can't talk.
close.
But
Okay,
Stanley
there's
chose
14.
not
Well,
to think
no,
about
to be
this
fair, there's
obvious
14,
fact.
but I think
He
one
was
of them
firmly
already done.
convinced that the bucket had
So
spoken to
close
him,
to
and
mine.
he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
And now it's past.
No, well, it's different with the bucket though.
Well,
In
yeah.
here.
Chat, do we know how
Go into
many
this dark
endings
room.
I've
No,
done?
there is
Here.
13. There is
Stanley, once
13 in
again,
that side.
obeyed
Never mind.
blindly.
I was right before.
Now pick up the phone.
This is
So
the
there's
sad
3
story
endings.
of a man
Okay,
named
so
Stanley
there's 2
and
endings
his
now that you
bucket.
haven't got in the phone.
Once upon a time,
Okay.
I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him. The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head. Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Go back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
I'm not listening to the loud man. I want to be happy with
He's
my
not
bucket.
listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
I'm gonna press R.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
This has taken a strange turn.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another. Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket? Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No, 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 no.
Oh my fucking
Why do I
God.
want to be with the bucket? He
hear what the bucket has to say, do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand.
Okay,
Perhaps if I had the
alright.
bucket, this would be
I-
less confusing.
I'm
Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Going back
Stanley,
here.
give me the bucket. Give
No.
it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley.
No, I
need
want
it.
the bucket.
Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
Did he murder me over the bucket?
No, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Good ending. Oh great, I'm back in the fucking building again.
Look, warmth spread
The
through
whiteboard
Stanley's
ending.
arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Get the whiteboard ending with the bucket.
Dog mode activated.
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not
IRL
directly to the
dog
meeting
mode.
room.
IRL dog
Stanley
mode.
had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the
Okay,
meeting
now
room.
I'm jumping
Go
off
somewhere
this
else. The cargo
onto
lift.
the
Good.
onto the platform.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Do I
Stanley did
listen
not
to the bucket
question
and go
why
all the
or
way to the
how this
top,
bucket
or
was
do I
speaking to
jump?
him. It should have alarmed him, of
They're
course,
both
because
ending.
buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a
Okay,
bucket?
fine.
I suppose
Fucking
that would explain
whatever.
a lot about your
Let me
behavior
out.
up
Can't
to this
believe you
point,
thought it was
which,
okay
if
to bring
that's
the bucket
true,
here
well,
where it says
my
the
I
bucket has
can't believe I'm
something
being
about it.
scrutinized for something I didn't even notice
could have
until
much
now.
You should have paid more attention.
Rest of the
This is
game
Maybe if the
was not
sign was
addressed
thicker.
quickly and properly.
It
So much of the
needs a thicker
impact of the
sign.
story is dependent on your understanding of what is
Maybe
and
if you
isn't
had just
a bucket.
played the original, you would know that the
Step
no
in here
buckets
for a minute.
past this point sign wasn't there before, and you would be able to recognize that this is part of the new content.
Mm.
Shaking my head, crying.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing
Oh
you
my
is a
fucking God.
bucket. Simple enough, right? This
This
should tell us
is a
everything
bucket.
you'll ever need to
Dear
know about
God.
what is or is not
more.
a bucket. Okay.
Oh no.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
All right, are you ready? Is
Incorrect.
this a bucket?
It is a hologram of a bucket.
Oh
not
my
an actual
fucking
bucket.
God.
Item 2. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
I'm gonna murder. I will murder. I will recreate what happened in 1999.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
What is this a bucket?
Correct. This is a bucket.
Good.
Item 4. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket.
Great.
To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Excuse me?
Baited.
Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What?
No.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. Should be around here somewhere. Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless... Is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart.
Oh no.
I can't have that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
Wait, but I have
Okay.
so many...
Here we go.
I have so many routes to do with the bucket.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait,
No
was
buckets past this
everything a
point.
bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my god, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue.
At least
But
you
it doesn't
feel
change
better
the
about
fact
this.
that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what. I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person. All right, here we go.
Amazing.
So, just remember now, everything you ever look at in this game is a bucket.
Have a request.
What?
Do everything you just did without the bucket.
I have already.
No, because you went
No,
through the
you
blue
haven't.
door. There was still the red door.
Right. Have you guys been keeping track of my
When
endings?
Stanley came to a set of two
Loosely.
open doors. This
Loosely.
was not
I
the
can
correct way
I
to
can
the
go
meeting
back
room,
over
and
it
Stanley knew it
and
perfectly well.
mark down
Perhaps
every
he wanted
ending
to
that
stop
you
by the
got.
employee
Yeah.
lounge
And
first,
we can get
just
a
to
full
admire
list
it.
of the ones you still need to
It
complete
was
for next
okay.
time.
Yeah, we gotta do that, because I will
But
not
eager
remember.
To get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. I'm gonna do
Stanley was so
sick
bad at
parkour
following
again.
Directions. It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing
I would like to
but
point out
you
now
all this
that
time. There's someone
every
you've
time
been
you've gotten
neglecting,
on this
Stanley.
lift, you've
Someone
missed an
what?
ending in this
Really?
room.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero
Okay, I will
consideration for
take that
others?
into
Are you
consideration.
that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you
He has
of this,
technically
but
two
I
endings
really
'cause of
do
the
want
bucket,
to
but
help you,
yeah.
to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove
Ooh,
it.
collectible.
I found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
I am a
You can't
collector,
buy that
so...
sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Amazing.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
It's gonna
Okay.
be so great when you collect all
Oh,
of the
thank
Figler
God
and
you are
Lorraines
willing
and
to listen to me.
decide
Do you see
I
that
know.
really
that's enough,
have wanted
and then
you to
you
be
just
happy
never
all
play
this
the game again.
time? The
Never
problem
again.
is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for?
This is a real nice, wholesome ending.
Is it?
It is my
Yeah.
favorite
It's
ending.
beautiful, isn't it?
Pretty good ending.
If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place.
I think for a
Stanley,
while this
I think
was my favorite
feel
ending as well.
happy. I actually feel happy.
Well, this is nice and calm. Ooh, this is nice. Come on, meet in the center. You got it. Oh, my eyes are defocusing. Ooh! Pretty lights.
Go back through the door.
Well, technically not back
No,
through the door.
wait.
It's a different door.
Where are you going?
Go through the door.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Is the point to jump off the top of the stairs?
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing. No! Oh, thank God. You lived. You have me. No. No,
Go back
no,
to
what
the
are you
room.
doing, Stanley?
Oh.
Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Whoa.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Yeah, this is real nice.
Go back to the stairs, stars.
Okie dokie.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
I already set off the voice lines for me going back
You
up the
just
stairs.
not believe me?
Keep
What can
going.
I say to convince you? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do
Go
that
back to
for
the
me?
room.
Okay.
Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
Does anything change in the light show?
Yeah, the colors
I
do.
don't think- I don't
I
think
know
so.
you'll see.
Well, not
You'll
depending
see
on your
that we
actions.
can't
I
be
think
happy
it
if we
just
leave
goes.
this place. You can see that, can't you?
You know what you have to do.
No, perhaps not. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
I mean, no. Not really.
Or maybe
back
you're
to
just
the
getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
Oh, you walk slower.
Yeah. Because you're
Wow.
fucking injured.
I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I wish I still thought that was possible.
So nice.
Is it over? It's going
I'm
to
on the
restart,
floor.
isn't it? I'm going back.
Damn.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
One
mean?
of my favorite things
Stanley
about
decided to go to the meeting room.
the
Perhaps he
thing I
had
like
simply
about
missed
that
him.
ending
Stanley picked
in
up the
the
bucket and
original
smiled.
2013
He'd
release
never be alone
is
again,
that
not truly alone.
just the way
Not
the
with
game was,
bucket
it
around.
loaded faster, so he didn't even get to finish his sentence before the game cut off and reloaded.
I'll be
Oh
right back.
no.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
So I had
Stanley
missed
took the door on his
2
left to go
endings,
back to the
eh?
meeting room.
Well, one ending and then there's the bucket variant of
No,
the ending. But
said the bucket.
there is
Don't
something
go to the
before
meeting
you get
room.
on the
Go
lift
somewhere
that
else.
you can't do.
The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Have I missed it already?
Are you on the cargo lift?
No.
Then no.
Okay. Oh my fucking god.
Another miniature Stanley figurine.
Fuck
This,
yeah.
You know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Oh.
I am now going to look at
But
houses.
Stanley
Ow.
feared that any path he walked
But earlier.
might lead to the separation of himself from the bucket.
I don't have to
'Kay.
take the fucking TTC at 8
So
in
he
the
threw
morning and get
himself
like
to his death,
stabbed.
that they
Good
might
job.
Or
find
like
one another's
TTV
arms.
got him, Twitch.television
touching.
got him.
And you know, speaking of Twitch.tv, it's me. Go follow.
All of his co-workers
Mario.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Figurine finders. There's one in the meeting room.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
I'm
left.
gonna find that fucking ending first.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it
I'm gonna
perfectly
eat
well.
rat poison.
Perhaps he
Don't.
wanted to stop by the
Yummy.
employee lounge
For all
first,
proof
just
that
to
I am a
admire
snail.
it. It was okay. But eager to get back to
And,
business,
and
Stanley
another
took the first open door on his
suggestion
left.
box suggestion from yours truly.
Stanley was so
Alex,
bad at following
and get more
directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5
Stanlerines.
years ago.
I plan on it, bud. Okay, where the fuck do I go from there?
Go back down. You were very close. You were so close to the ending. It's unbelievable how close you are, and yet so far.
I don't see where I'm supposed to go. Am I dumb?
Okay, here's a hint. You don't fall off.
Oh my fucking god.
What? What's the matter?
Stanley, do you see that large
Vent on the
there?
wall.
Oh, yeah.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. Was so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. Was so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. Was so far off the beaten.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate story.
I mean, not
It
really.
must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
Oh, perfect. Now I get to do it with the bucket.
Yeah,
How wonderful.
bucket.
Stanley
Bucket.
Let's
Finally.
go.
This is great. The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the
Wait,
meeting
oh,
room.
no.
Go
Ooh.
somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know.
Before you is an
lost track.
animatronic that was found in the back alley.
God
We
damn
are
it.
unsure of its origins.
Anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes.
Getting audio prompt in
The
3,
sheer
2,
euphoria I
1.
feel every
Document
time
results.
I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get me. What's that? Who's there?
That guy's just dead now.
Kooky crazy.
Gambarata.
Cranky Cronchmas. Okay, sick. Have I done them all, or do I still have some left?
What could it mean?
I
You
think you have to
Stanley
do the red
decided to
ending
go to
with
the
bucket
meeting room.
again.
Perhaps. Where
No,
are we going
no,
today?
because
The bucket asked.
you
Oh,
can't
is that
get
the
to the
Twitch
red
show?
blue.
Smiled.
Yeah, you can't get to the red
Anywhere
and
they
blue
went
with the bucket.
together
There
would
is,
be
however,
perfectly
in the
fine
telephone
with him.
room
Stanley
still
clutched the bucket
one
tightly to
ending
his
with
chest.
a bucket
And
variant
this was not
that you
the
need to
correct
get.
way to the meeting
Okay.
room. But Stanley had felt the bucket
And
calling
then
to him,
actually,
telling
before
him
you do
that
the telephone
employee
thing,
lounge was simply the
just
place to
ride-
be. And here it was. Had
ride the
bucket
cargo
turned
lift
out to be
across,
correct? No,
and then
never mind.
wait.
The bucket
Okay.
was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here,
Said the bucket.
go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick
Is
up
it
the
if I
phone,
don't
said
answer the
bucket.
phone?
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
So look around this room. What else is there other than the phone?
Cigarette butts. Power outlet. Door.
Power outlet.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is.
And there's unplugging
it's
it
sitting right
in the
here.
normal ending, right?
Yes.
Okay.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
This saying is a perfect example of
I'm
expectations
Dunny with
management,
the funny.
which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how
Datter?
wet they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, with each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence, and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Yikes.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again. so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Fair enough.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches.
There are fences
You'll
now.
say how ridiculous, how absurd,
well,
what a
you can't have me
hilarious
falling to your death
concept.
before
The
he's
king
able
of
to
comedy.
do his
That's
bit.
what you'll call
True.
me. Thank goodness we have the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley. The bucket spoke. The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
All the way back we go, guys.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
That's nice.
What? We're back at the phone already? No, what's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready?
Okay.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Right.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go.
Oh,
You
God.
ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Am I doing something wrong?
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Am I doing something wrong, or is this correct?
What? We're back at the phone already?
I don't think I'll tell you.
God damn it.
Here we go. You ready? When
If you
Stanley
feel
and
like
the
you're
bucket
doing
came
something
to a
wrong,
set of
maybe
2
try
open
doing something
doors,
different.
they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley.
Asshole.
I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison.
Are you serious?
Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the same?
I've gotten it.
Pale with shame.
I got the true ending. I got the credits.
Pale. What's another word to describe a bucket?
If I can make a suggestion, I would say don't do don't do this ending without the bucket until the very end.
Okay. Okay. Make a note of that then.
I'll just remember it.
Okay. So you don't want me to unplug the phone without the bucket until the very end?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Do I have any other endings on the right side to do?
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Did you notice?
Did I notice what? The bucket? Yeah.
No, before the bucket.
No.
You took a left turn to get into this room this time instead of a right turn.
Oh shit. No, I didn't notice that.
I like that the game will just do that sometimes.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Okay. I think here, 1 second. So,
Cause if I don't have any left, I'm gonna do escape without the bucket.
okay. So, just wait for 1 second.
Okay.
So, go right side. Play land.
Hey, chat.
Okay, so right off the bat, you need to do the elevator in the maintenance hall with the bucket, but then beyond that, there is
A strong
go
bucket,
through
a humble
and
bucket,
drop
a committed
down with
bucket,
and without
a
the bucket,
bucket of
vent with
culture
and without the
and
bucket.
distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly
Red
to
door,
his chest. This
red door,
was
blue
not the
door,
way to the meeting room,
game show.
but Stanley had felt the bucket
Okay,
calling to
so
him,
yeah, so you
telling
have
him
the
that
maintenance
employee
hallway
lounge was
elevator
simply
with the
place
bucket,
to
and
be.
then
here it
other than
was.
that one
Had the
last
bucket
ending
turned
that I
out to be
said I
correct? No,
think you shouldn't do yet,
never mind.
that's I
was
think that's
wrong.
all of them on the right side.
Stanley took the door
Hell
on his left
yeah.
to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Actually, you know what? I'm thinking escape. The escape ending with the bucket, I think, is fine. I think you should also
Good, Stanley.
wait and
I'm
not
glad
do
you
the
found
escape
your
ending
way
without
here.
the bucket
I
yet.
knew
Okay.
you'd find this place
What?
unusual. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very
Closet.
much.
Computer.
It's this bucket you're carrying around
Line.
everywhere.
Chair.
The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
We're back with the Adventure Line.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud
But
to
I
introduce a
don't-
brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
I don't want to get rid of the bucket.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
But I don't want to get rid of the bucket.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Oh. Oh, I don't want to say
Now listen to
goodbye.
me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the bucket destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the
Goodbye,
Bucket
Bucket.
Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the
I'm
Bucket
trying.
Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it. The
How
fans
do I how?
what they want. Hurry and
You've gotta crush the bucket.
I was trying. I was clicking.
Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Nice. Okay, sick. Now time to venture left.
All of his co-workers
Let's
were
go.
gone.
Let's
What could it
go.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's go to the meeting room.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ooh. Bottom text.
So if you look on the wall, there's a checklist that'll tell you where the remaining Stanlerines are.
Stairs. Something to do with... Do I have to go back to the stairs and jump again? Do I have to redo that ending with the bucket? Nearby a fireplace. A private but smelly place.
You know what? I think you could knock out all 3 of the remaining Stanlerines.
Yeah.
I think so.
What's the fucking fireplace one?
Here, just walk out of the room. I think continue going.
Okay. I trust you.
Pretty sure you can get all 3 of the remaining Stanlerines on this run.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his
So
boss's office.
go down.
Oh, hell
Now,
yeah.
I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlers. What do you think, Stan?
Figlies.
What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I like Stanlerines. It's got a nice ring to it. I can't do the downstairs one again. I need the
go
bucket.
upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Go upstairs and then go into the executive bathroom.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anlerines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it.
That's gonna be
We'll
awesome.
be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anlerines. None of us can.
Figler Anlerines. That's different. Ooh. Wasn't able to go in here before, I don't think. What? Moving on. Let's go down. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. This is taking a while.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning that this doesn't do anything.
Oh my fucking god.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
You're welcome.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
You're
So
welcome.
he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Okay, when the entrance
Feeling
opens,
soothed
don't
and
immediately
rejuvenated,
go in the elevator,
Stanley
look
calmly
around
walked
first.
forward
Okay.
into the opened passageway.
Yo!
And there it is, the last
Stiggly
last
Wiggly.
Stiggler and Louise.
Yo!
This is a real accomplishment.
I
This is
did
doing
it.
something just for the sake
Pog
of
in
doing.
chat, please.
Where so
Poggers
many
in
people
chat.
expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here.
Great.
And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Sick.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so you said not to do escape without the bucket.
Yeah.
Stanley walked straight ahead
There
through
are
the large door that
others
led
that I
mind
can do.
control facility.
Right now.
The only other ending I believe you can get down here without the bucket is to activate the mind control.
The lights rose
Okay.
in an enormous room.
Well,
packed with
no, that's not
television
true. There
screens.
is one other
What
thing you could do,
horrible
but I
secret
think
did this
I
place
think you
hold?
just go ahead
Stanley
and
thought to himself.
turn on the
Did
machine.
he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it.
No way,
His
no
own
how.
life in someone else's control?
Not
Never.
possible.
It
No.
was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself? Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yes. In a word.
I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
I see.
How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time
What does this
left
button
to
do
enjoy
now?
it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that?
2.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway.
Found
I'll
1
tell you
and 2.
exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in
Three,
this
where's
instance
three,
of the
where's three?
story. Sometimes
Three,
when
three,
I
three,
tell
three,
it, I simply let
three.
you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the
4.
office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this,
What the
though,
fuck is
this
4?
version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever
Alex,
I
tell
come
me
up
right
with
now
on
where
the
the fuck
next
is
go
4?
around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it.
think you should
I'm
listen
going
to
to
what the
put some
narrator
extra
is saying.
time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge, it's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
Well,
Another choice.
this isn't good.
It's all the same to me. All
9,
part of the joke.
8,
And believe me, I
7,
will be laughing at
6,
every second of the
5,
inevitable fight
4,
from the moment
3,
we fade in
2,
until the moment I say,
1.
happily ever up.
Really? Now with the PogChamps. Is there any way out of that?
Hey, good ending. Good ending. You know what? That's a good ending.
Is there
I
any
think
way
we
out
should
of
move
that?
on to something else. Good ending.
You know what? Fair enough.
I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
I mean,
Didn't it
I
fill
guess.
you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be
yeah.
telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would
Sure.
love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Sure.
Thanos' garden.
Bruh.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
7.
Seems like you might have a few more Figler Antlerines to collect.
Oh
And
my
here
god.
was a second Stanley. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around by the red and blue doors. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest.
Oh, thank
back
you.
Then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Blue door. Oh. The illusion of choice.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
This one. So the warehouse. Because under the stairs was 4.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here in the warehouse. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Really?
Let's
that's
see,
neat.
What came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh, well,
Ah.
I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must
What a
have happened.
classic, the pink room.
Wow, I hate that.
Steve Jobs think tank.
Bruh.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was in the boss's bathroom. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Oh my fucking god.
It would be even funnier if we got to see it a second time.
Are we gonna?
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a
I'm
lot of
just
time
saying it
making
would
that
be
video,
funnier.
but it was 8
It
minutes
would be
I
pretty
wouldn't have
pretty
spent on anything
spectacularly
else.
funny. Fireplace.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here behind the boss's office. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other.
except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Mm-hmm.
And then there
Oh.
was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
Fair enough.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the Memory Zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay.
Okay, yes. The back of the boss's office. I remember this.
So many
I must say, of all
Stanleys.
the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the Memory Zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Oh my god, we are gonna see it again.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Yes.
Yes, I love that video.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A
I
solid
love the pink room. It's such a classic room from the Stanley Parable.
Such a classic room.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
I got there a little early.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
No, you don't get more memories.
Too bad it's happening anyways.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember
Yes.
hating it back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun
You used
the
up all your
past
jumps.
is.
I
You should
know.
have known that the jump
Oh,
circle
man.
would come back.
I didn't think it would.
That's
Oh, yes,
hey,
the
and listen,
jeweled
that's what we call
door.
gamer
Who could have
sense.
forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
It always comes back.
And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different.
Fully
I used
thought
to
this
make
was
big
Minecraft
decisions.
music.
I was passionate.
Like
I
wet
was
hands.
skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions, he would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story.
so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
That's cool. I like that. Alright.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
Alright. So... do you think I could finish this game tonight? Is the question.
I don't think so.
No?
There's quite a few more endings.
Alrighty. Then it is time, gamers. So sorry to do this to you.
Finally.
But it's
I
late.
Can go shower.
You could have just gone to shower earlier.
I'm required by law to be here.
Not required by shit. You're fine.
The contract you made me sign.
Okay. Well, guys, that is the end of the stream. Thanks again, Whiskey Coke, old friend Auden, and Gracie Goobu for following. It fills me with so much joy. I have no idea what they're putting in my chat. And, but yeah, good night, y'all. Good night, y'all. Everyone have a good night. If you haven't followed me yet, please follow. I'm 2 followers away from making affiliate, which is so crazy. But everyone have a good night. Goodbye. Bye-bye.